Hi folks, it is Matt, and today I want to vlog about speech that is mundane versus speech that is serious and important. I particularly want to talk about speech because that's how we communicate. There's also like body language and stuff like that, but the primary method of talking about things is speech. And I noticed that the trend, of course, between strangers is to talk about mundane things, the weather, the status of the economy, which is borderline mundane, but mostly mundane things like, I listened to this new song, it's pretty good, and that type of stuff. What really attracts me to a person as an individual is someone who talks about deep things that really matter in a serious sense. Now, I don't want to disqualify the notion of humor or the notion of just being together, joking around, hanging out, and stuff like that. But I've noticed a trend within myself, and this is the only way I can actually express this is from my own experience, is that I always want to talk and listen to deep and serious stories. I mean, even movies and videos that I watch, rarely do I watch anything other than epics and historical epics and very emotional movies, or things that have a very a strict sense of meaning to it, philosophy, psychology, all that type of stuff, meaning of life. Maybe it's because I'm at that age where you're thinking about who am I, what am I doing here, what is my point, what is the purpose of living. It could be just the age factor, but I know something especially different. I met with someone recently that I really care about, and we talked a lot. And there's a lot of things I wanted to tell her, and a lot of things I wanted to tell her were deep. Okay, they're philosophical, they're psychological, they're metaphysical, they were theological. I mean, they're like all the things that I consider important. And yet I couldn't get myself to do it because what I got from her was that they just want to talk about mundane things, and that could be either they have things going on in their life and they don't want any serious talk, or they don't want any peering into the topics that might provoke an argument. But nevertheless, I've got to question myself here, in that what I tend to do, and what my psychologist has noted, is that I tend to look at everything in black and white terms. Small talk is nonsense to me. It's like just nothing. When I started actually watching vlogs, not just video game movies, on YouTube, I watched the people that were suffering because I identified with their suffering. And they were talking about things that really mattered in their vlogs. That's why I'm talking about that right now. You know. But I mean, I want to ask you guys. I want to peer into the community here. How do you draw that line between how many serious issues you talk about / think about during the day versus how many mundane things you talk about / think about during the day? When I'm saying mundane things, I'm talking about, mundane things. When is bill going to be due? What's the weather going to be like tomorrow? If you're a video game fanatic, what am I going to spend my achievement point on? And when's the new band coming in town, etc., etc. That's mundane. And then there's the big stuff, the serious stuff. What is the solution to the problems we have in our psychiatric healthcare system? What is the solution to the fact that there's homeless people out there? What can we do to help them? Things I think about are like, I'll admit, I'm the first to admit, I'm a very self-absorbed person. And that may be natural for my age, because I'm 27. This is the period of finding yourself and who you truly are. And, after 30s and 40s and stuff, you'll start settling down into who you truly are. And I still find it difficult to not talk about, I find no satisfaction in small talk. No satisfaction in mundane speech. Humor, however, I will note that humor is something I enjoy. Not only do I watch those epic movies and stuff like that, but I watch Epic Movie. You ever heard of that movie? Epic Movie? Yeah, it's fun. But anyways, I do consider comedy, humor, to be an important factor, but other small talk, I don't think it's necessary. But then again, small talk and mundane speech is all subjective. Like, recently me and my sister were heading somewhere, and they said something. We met some people in the elevator, and she had my nephew with her, and she and the strangers commented, how old is he, and just about him. And to me, I perceive that as small talk, but possibly to her or to the strangers it was more than that. I don't know. How do I bring that fine line together and create, instead of a black and white world, a gray world? That's what reality truly is. Mix mundane with what is truly important. Because if you douse yourself in what is truly important, constantly thinking about it, constantly talking about it, you're going to lose your mind. But on the other end, if you just stick to the mundane, you're never going to find your purpose. You're never going to find your meaning. You're never going to find answers in life. And that's my view on it. I'd like to hear everybody else's opinion on it. Thanks for watching. Keep in touch.